So next experiment is like compression test on mild steel. So same like UTM machine will use to perform this test, right? So but as I told in last time, we perform the tension test in this top two jaws. Like middle one is movable jaw, whereas top is fixed and this bottom is fixed. So now since we want to apply compression load, we'll apply that load between these two. So the sample is this one. So we'll perform the compression test on this one. So this is the sample. So before like we start the test, what we have to do, we have to measure its length and diameter. So we'll measure that length and diameter, and then we'll put it in this UTM and we'll perform the test. Okay, so this is like a length of the like bar, and if you can see, it is like 0 is matching to the 50 mm, right? We'll measure then diameter. Then next like we'll measure diameter, and if you see, then here also it is matching like a 5 mm diameter. As such, you should measure this diameter at 2-3 different directions. So we'll rotate and we'll again measure that, right? So we'll put that sample here in the machine. So we need to see that it is like properly put, otherwise it may slip out. No doubt there are different types of failure associated with the compression test. One is like one it may fail just because of compression, another maybe it get fail because of shear. So you'll know why it failed because of shear, because there will be some plane, diagonal plane, where the maximum shear that develop, and then third is like a bulging of the bar. So we actually want it should get bulged, right? So to avoid other types of failure, we generally take the bar of diameter such that it should not fail in other failure. So to get like bulging effect, generally this diameter is or the length of the bar should not be more than like 2 times the diameter. That's how, like diameter is 25 mm and length is 50 mm, right? So then we'll start the test. So no doubt the performing test operating system is same, only like here we have to apply compressive force. That's the only difference, right? So we have already measured the initial diameter, then we'll measure the final diameter after it get bulge. So like again the same procedure that we'll do here. Again in the software we'll like give the name as like a 19 BCL. Then we'll select like a round solid bar, right? And then outer diameter is 25 mm and the length is 50 mm, right? So these are the like input that we need to give. We'll save and then simply we'll start the test, right? But initially again there will be like initial some like adjustment, and then actual reading will start from 0, and from then onward we need to measure the reading. So now I hope you can see this is like properly placed like sample, right? So we'll see like how yeah, so there is a gap initially, then with initial setting buttons you can do this setting, right? So we have used this yellow button for initial setting, and we'll apply hydraulic pressure using this too, right? So we'll start actual procedure now. So so first again you need to close this valve, pressure valve, and then hydraulic pump pressure we need to apply. So the actual test is started now, but again if you see there is some initial reading it is showing. These readings are like error, so automatically it will get 0, and then at bottom we'll click on tear and start the test. Now if you see this reading is becoming 0, it will then become 0, and then we'll start tear and start the test. So still the reading is like 1. Now it is approaching to 0. Both will become 0, then actually we should start the test. Now the reading is changing, so we have like a tear and started the test. Now you can see it is like a 0 and then it started. So now actual test is started. Now the graph will get plotted. So as such we have to apply the load, like we need to calculate expected yield load, and around that load we need to apply the load. Okay. So we'll calculate that yield load. So even like graph started increasing, if you see carefully, the graph started plotting. So initially again there will be some error, and then actually graph will get. See how graph is increasing. So initial this portion is like just like a settlement, so we should not consider this part, but mostly like actual curve is this part. And if you see it is like a straight line, that means it is in elastic range. So load is like 56 kilonewton, deformation is like 0.8 mm, and graph is still straight. That is indicating material is within elastic limit. So now you can see this like reading. So the load here is like 112 kilonewton, which is approximately like a yield load. And even the curve, if you see, then curve is like slightly diverting. So somewhere here it has reached like yield capacity. Now you can see it has deformed. The curve has deformed. So it becomes like horizontal. So it is telling it has entered into the plastic zone. So we'll stop the test here itself. Just a minute. Yes. Even you can see the sample. This is the sample. Anyway, I'll show you exactly what happened to the sample. So this is the sample. We'll measure again its change in length and the diameter, right? So again like we'll take measurement after the test, and if you see now the 0 is matching somewhere 48 mm, right? So definitely the shape is not like uniform, so it has actually tilted. So and we'll measure the change in the diameter also. middle in नीचे again the 0 is like somewhere 28, right? So exactly I'll tell you what is the reading, but definitely there is a change in the diameter and the length, right? So from this we can calculate actually the compressive yield strength. So I'll submit this load and deflection reading. So based upon that, again you have to plot curve of stress strain, and we can find out ultimate stress and ultimate strain. Thank you.